He had the best Nyama Choma in Nairobi. There used to be this place, I'm not gonna say where because it doesn't matter anymore, it's gone. But if you had been there, you would understand why I still think about it. The Nyama Choma was the kind that makes you close your eyes when you take the first bite, the kind where you stop talking mid-sentence and just eat. The owner, I'll call him James, had been perfecting that recipe for 11 years. 11 years. And the place was his life, as everything, built with his own hands, his own savings, his own sweat. And it closes, not because the food got bad, because nobody found it. I found James by accident. A friend mentioned it, casually, like it was a secret they weren't sure they should share. I went one Thursday evening. The place was maybe a third full. James was behind the grill. He saw me come in, nodded. The way someone nods when they're glad you came but too proud to say it. We got talking later, after the food. I couldn't help myself and told him that was the best Nyama Choma I had eaten in Nairobi. He smiled, a tired smile, the kind that has been waiting a long time to hear that. And then he said something that stayed with me. He said, the problem is new people don't find us. It's only the people who already know about this place. I don't know why. We are right here, but they don't find us. I looked around. I understood immediately. There was no menu on Google, no photos on Facebook, no location on maps, no videos of that grill, that beautiful smoking grill that would have made anyone watching from their phone at 6 p.m. get in a car immediately. Nothing. 11 years of perfecting a recipe, and the internet didn't know he existed. I told him, I said, James, there are people in this city right now looking for exactly what you make at this exact moment. We are on their phones searching
best Nyama Choma Nairobi,
and they're finding places that are not as good as yours, waiting there, spending their money there, leaving reviews there while you are here with the best product, empty tables. He looked at me and said, so what do? I told him exactly what to do. It wasn't complicated. Photos of the grill, a video of the meat being prepared, a Google Maps listing, a Facebook page that posted 3 times a week, location, price, vibe, that's it. He nodded, said he would figure it out, said his nephew was good with phones, he would ask him. I said, okay. And I went home already knowing how that was gonna go. I went back twice more in the following months. First time, the nephew had made a Facebook page, one post, a blurry photo taken at the wrong time of day, dark, unflattering, the kind of photo that makes food look like evidence rather than an invitation. No location, no price, no reason to come. The tables were emptier than before. Second time I went, 3 months later, there was a padlock on the gate, a handwritten note, closed until further notice. I stood there for a moment, just stood there, thinking about 11 years, and a tired smile, and a man who said, we are right here, but they don't find us. Was right there the whole time, they just never found him. Here is what I know after being in this industry for the time I have. Nairobi is full of gyms, full of people who have spent years perfecting something, a product, a service, a school, a salon, a restaurant, something they have poured everything into, and they are sitting right now with empty tables or empty classrooms or a phone that doesn't ring enough. Not because what they built isn't good enough, because the people who would love what they built, who would become loyal customers, who would bring their families, who would leave 5-star reviews, who would tell everyone they know, those people are searching online right now. And then with finding them, they're finding someone else, someone who'd
worse food, worse service,
worse product, but better visibility. And in 2026, visibility wins every time, even over quality. That is the uncomfortable truth that nobody wants to accept until it is too late. But here is what I also know. James's story, it doesn't have to be yours, because you are watching this right now, before the padlock, before the note on the gate, before the 11 years become a closed chapter for us all. The difference between James's story and your story is one decision made today, not next month, not when things pick up. It all starts with your choice, not when you find the right person. Today, while there is still something to save, something to grow, something to show the world that deserves to be seen. I do one thing specifically. I take businesses in Nairobi that are invisible online and I make them impossible to miss. Not with tricks, not with paid followers, not with anything fake. With content that shows exactly what makes your business special. The way a video of James's grill at sunset, smoke rising, meat sizzling, the sound alone would have filled every table every Thursday evening. That content exists for your business. We just need to make it. Call me, tell me your business, tell me what you sell, tell me where you are. I'll tell you honestly what it would take to make the right people find you before they find someone else. My name is Victor Cenvotex. Nairobi, we are right here, and now so are you.